Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So in this episode we're going to return to an area that I really did not want to return to, but we have to if we're going to get some of that gold pine resin that I talked about in the last episode. So gold pine resin is farmable. There is an enemy that drops it. I couldn't tell you which one, I just know that there is stuff that you can kill in order to farm the gold pine resin. But for the most part, if you want to get it, you want to come to this guy. Hopefully there's no enemies following us. I don't see any. But this is the head of Vengarl, and he's in the Shaded Woods. And you just follow the path that I followed. You just stick to the left wall as you enter the Shaded Woods until you come to a path. And then you come in here. So it's really easy to get to. And we'll talk to the head of Vengarl for a little while. And if you exhaust his dialogue, he'll actually give you the Helm of Vengarl, which is a pretty good helm. He also warns you about later on about his body, like the body of Vengarl, how that will attack you, and we've already fought him. So there's some stuff you can buy from him. You can buy the Claymore, which I've heard is kind of a popular early game sword, much more so in like Dark Souls 1, definitely. You can also buy the Great Sword from him and some red rust items, which I think are just like the weapons and armor that he uses or his body uses. Ring of Soul Protection, it nullifies your death and petrification. So it's the same as the Ring of Life Protection, but it just also protects against petrification. Some good stuff overall. Magic Barrier, decent spell. But what we are really looking after is gold pine resin. So I'm going to buy 10 of them because I'll be using these probably against every boss for the rest of the game. Unless one of the bosses is resistant to lightning, but I don't think any of the bosses are. We also get the Decapitate gesture, which is awesome. So if you go through all the rest of his dialogue, he will eventually give you his helm. And that's what we're looking for right now. And there we go. We have Vengarl's helm. We also got an achievement, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure what that's all about, but it is one of the better helms in the game, I believe. We're not going to wear it because it's going to put ourselves over 50% equipment weight, but it gives like 100 physical damage, which is really good. Not so great in terms of magic damage, magic defense, that is. But it's alright. Yeah, but the main thing that we're looking for was this gold pine resin and stuff, and we now have that, so we're gonna be using that quite a bit in the future. So let's get out of here, get out of the Shaded Woods. Luckily I didn't run into any enemies because well, if you remember from the first time we entered the Shaded Woods, all the enemies in this area are invisible, which seems like kind of a ripoff, honestly, in my opinion. Like, first of all, you can't see anywhere in the woods, and then the enemies are also invisible. It seems like a scam. And honestly, it kind of is. Also, I want to check out that Decapitate gesture kind of quick here, because that is a cool one. So we're going to change out Bow, because Bow just isn't that great. We're going to use Decapitate, so boom. Yeah, okay, that's a pretty awesome gesture. Might have to use that in PvP someday. So let's go ahead and return to the Undead Crypt, because this is our next area with our next major boss. And this should not take very long. You can run through this area fairly quickly. I may die to the boss. I think there's a pretty good chance of me dying to the boss. And I haven't said that. I think for just about every single boss in the game so far, I've said, you know, oh, this boss fight's going to be really easy. And I believe the only boss I've died to is the Duke's Dear Freya. Maybe there's another, probably is another, honestly, that I'm just not remembering right now. But there have not been a whole lot of deaths in terms of, like, 2 bosses in this run. There have been, admittedly, I've fallen off edges a few times and done stuff like, died to those dumb mages in the Shrine of Amana a couple times, but most of the bosses in this game are, like, probably easier than most of the encounters versus the regular enemies. So this guy will tell us to halt. He'll say, yo, light, it's a bad thing. So we can go through all his dialogue and he will sell some stuff as well. You can also use him as a summon for the boss in this area. I would not recommend it though. I wouldn't recommend summoning him at all. But you can summon him to clear out the area before the boss, because getting into the boss room is actually pretty difficult. So we'll probably do that. We'll probably summon this guy just to like kill the enemies in front of the boss room. You can also buy Elizabeth mushrooms from him, which are one of the best healing items in the game, although it is healing over time. Yeah, he sells a lot of interesting stuff. He sells a pyromancy here, warmth. I'm not sure what that does. Apparently it heals you. Okay, cool. So we'll talk to him a few more times, just make sure his dialogue is exhausted. I'm waiting for him to... I think he's repeating himself now. So yeah, we should be able to summon him in the future. Also, for some reason, these enemies here are not aggressive, which I'm glad, because these guys are kind of a pain in the neck to fight. So I'm pretty glad they're not aggressive. Alright, so let's head into the Undead Crypt proper. And run past these guys. Well, I'm kind of failing at the whole running past thing right now, but I did attempt it. And we can go into this fog wall, and luckily the boss is not directly behind this fog wall, which is a good thing, because otherwise we'd be in a world of hurt right now. But we can just run past all of this stuff, and there's another bonfire right here, right now. So we're going to rest this bonfire. I think those knights actually follow you all the way in here if you don't rest, which is kind of insane if you think about it. Man, I have so many spells, and I'm just not using any of them. Interesting. Like, I need a staff to cast, excuse me, most of these things, but... Okay, we'll run through here. And there will be, like, zombies that... Stop it, man. There will be zombies that continuously spawn in this area. I think it's just unlimited spawns. They don't give very many souls or anything when you kill them, so there's, like, no farming opportunities available or anything like that. But you will see a lot of spawns if you're into that. So we'll just run past all these jerks. One interesting thing is there's an illusionary wall right here. If you're into that. Also, we're invaded by Dark Spirit, Nameless Usurper. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I might actually die here. I can't believe that just happened. Okay, well, this has been an awful start to this episode. At this point, I was not expecting that guy to follow me in here, because usually you can run through the areas fast enough where no enemies, none of those freaking jerk enemies that do a ton of damage to you at least will spawn. It's usually like just zombies that spawn. But we're gonna go back and we're gonna repair our Ring of Life protection, because this is like so annoying. But oh, we can't repair our Ring of Life protection without popping a soul item first, which I will do. That'll give us enough souls to repair. But if I start dying without killing this stuff much more, we're gonna be in a bad way here.
I'll be around.
So always repair your Ring of Life protection, just because you do want to keep your humanity, you want to keep your maximum HP, and you don't want to have to like run back to your bloodstain to retrieve your souls when you die either. So it's a good thing to do. Okay, so this time we are going to kill that jerk. Hopefully before he spawns and can do too much damage to us. So we'll just run through the same path yet again. Undead Crypt is fairly straightforward. Alright, so we come through here. Now we'll look back. If the game will let me, anyway. I'm not seeing one of those enemies following me. Okay, there's the, oh, there's the invasion. I want to get this guy dead, because he deals, like, so much damage. There we go, finally. Okay, so here's Nameless Usurper. He shouldn't be too bad. He has like some shield breaking attacks and stuff, and also you want to like watch out for the walls in this place, because there can be ghosts in the walls that will attack you. And there's like a bunch of freaky background noise at the moment. I gotta apologize for that. So if he's holding up his dagger like that, that means he will parry you, or he has the chance to parry you anyway if you attack him, so just be aware of that. But overall, Nameless Usurper is like really, really easy. You can also fight him in Castle Drangleic, I want to say. He is like fairly quick. That's the one thing to watch out for. Also, yeah, there's ghosts in the wall, so just watch out for those guys. There we go. Alright, so we got him dead, which is good. I'll Estus up here. I keep forgetting to buy life gems, but those would be like really handy to have as well. There we go. So yeah, ghosts will pop out from the walls sometimes, so just keep an eye out for them, because otherwise they may hurt. We'll also pick up this really quickly. Whatever this is, a blue flame. That's a sword, actually, that you can cast spells with, and it's one of the better swords for spellcasters in the game. Yeah, it does like a lot of magic damage, and normally you need a staff in order to cast spells, but here, if you use this blue flame and you upgrade it and stuff, you can cast spells with a sword, and it's pretty awesome. So we're going to open up this chest, and we're going to get a crossbow, I believe. Yeah, the Avalon crossbow, which does a good amount of damage. Like, it's a pretty good crossbow. I think it fires 3 bolts every single time you shoot with it, so I believe it's been nerfed. Like, pretty much everything in this game that's good has been nerfed at some point. I believe it's no exception with the Avalon crossbow. So at one point it was, like, really amazing, and now it's okay. So we'll take care of this ghost here, because we will have to run back through this path, so it just makes things easier if you kill all the ghosts. I'm trying to lock onto this fool. There we go. Alright, all the ghosts are dead. I'm gonna life gem. And I really, really need to buy more of those life gems at some point. So you just want to stand here. And, yeah. I mean, this is what you do until that happens. And then you run. And then you run away. And we might want to actually use pyromancy versus these fools. Because I can't lock on. They have to be, like, so close before you can actually lock on. So these guys are a pain in the neck. One thing that you can do... Oh, really? You're going to set up shop here? Okay, so I'm hoping he'll follow me into here. I'm hoping only one of them will follow me into here. Okay, we got one of them on us. So I'm going to try to hit him with a pyromancy. Hit him with another one. Back up. Make sure you're not getting hit with these shield attacks, because they do hurt. And there's only going to be one left, and I believe he'll go back to his spawn point now, and he'll just kind of like camp out there. So what we can do is just kill one, and we can just run past the other guy, and that should be fine. Alright, so he's dead. He drops a lot of souls because he is kind of a difficult enemy. And we'll pick up his Reeves Great Shield. I wonder if that means we can use like the exact same shields those guys were using. That would be awesome. Yeah, we can. So we're unable to use the item effectively, but I mean, it looks awesome, right? Yeah, look at this. Would you want to mess with this guy? I would not want to mess with that guy. Unfortunately, you need high stats. You need 33 strength in order to use that shield properly, but that would be pretty cool just to like have it, I guess. I have seen people online with that shield occasionally. So the other guy, we just run past him. Don't worry about him. And now we run down here, and you don't want to spend too much time in this area, because if you spend a lot of time in this area, enemies will like constantly spawn, and it's not fun. So I'd recommend just running through there for the most part, and then you want to pull this lever, because this will cause a shortcut, and which is awesome. We can also drop down here. Oh, I almost just fell off the edge there. That would have been so bad. One other thing I'm going to do, not because it's necessary, but just because it looks cool, is I'm going to use a flame butterfly, which will light a torch. And then what you can do is light this guy, and this will cause the entire area to like be all lit up. I don't think it does anything that like helps you gameplay wise. It just looks awesome. So that's why we're going to be doing this. Yeah, look at that. The whole area gets lit up, and you get to see like all the architecture here. Looks cool. Also, there's going to be a chest here. I think this is going to contain a soul vessel, which is an item that you use to respec your character. Yeah. So if you want to like change from a dex character to a strength character or something, you use that soul vessel in things betwixt, and then you can do that. Also, the soul of a hero, not a bad item. And then we can climb down this ladder, and we'll be back at the bonfire. So I said that I opened up that shortcut earlier, and that is indeed the case, and we're going to show that off now. So now, instead of having to run all the way back through, you know, the shield guys and that entire area, what you can do instead is just run through here into the entrance where we first entered this area, and over here, and we will suddenly be at a spot where we can super easily come into what is going to eventually be the boss area. But first, before you charge forward, before you do anything, drop down here, target this guy, kill him. Because if you don't, he will like consistently ring this bell and just generally be a kind of a jerk about things, and that bell will cause a lot of those hood guys that messed me up and caused my death earlier on in this episode to spawn. You do not want those hood guys to spawn, because they hurt. They do a lot of damage, and they're very annoying to deal with, especially if you don't have spells. So, we can summon this guy, Grave Warden. He's the guy that we saw earlier, right? No! Don't do it! Don't do it to me! Don't do it to me! Don't do it to me! Oh my goodness! I can't freaking believe I died there! Oh, that was so bad. That was by far the worst death here. I was just trying to get the Grave Warden summoned because there's a million of these spear dudes. Now, there's two options. You can either kill all these spear dudes and actually be able to enter into the boss room, or you can try to run around for 5 minutes, kite the spear dudes, and then try to get a moment where they're not immediately on you so you can enter into the fog wall. That's what a lot of people do, and admittedly, these spear dudes are such a pain in the neck. It's not a bad decision, and it takes a long time to kill them all without spells. So if you are a melee character, like, they're just a nightmare to deal with. Like, they are absolutely one of the worst enemies in the game just because there's so many of them and they pile you so easily. We'll try a different approach here. Obviously, you don't want to get surrounded like that. Man, I've been dying so much. Like, when we first started this Let's Play, it was like no deaths, and then suddenly all the deaths are just happening again and again. It's like 1 or 2 every single episode now. But that's how it is. I mean, the game does have a difficulty scaling, obviously. We'll try a fire orb this time, and hopefully this can one-hit the fool down here. But always make sure, when you come back in this area for another attempt, always make sure you kill this fool. Because otherwise, you're going to have a... What? That didn't one-hit him? So bad. Okay, well, also don't swing your sword, because if your sword hits the bell will start ringing. I forgot to buy life gems. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you don't want the bell to ring, okay? Also, if these guys put their shields up, you're screwed, so, because your spells, like, will do nothing to them, so... I need you to swing at me. I need you to swing at me. And not hit me, obviously. Yeah, okay, well... We need a way to kill these guys, but there's just not a good way to kill them, honestly. I guess I'll try the whole thing where I just run around face down. It's a song. And I'll try to, like, just get them, like, kited around so I don't have to deal with these jokers. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Come on, son. And then, like, try to just make a mad dash for the fog wall and get through. It does take a couple seconds to actually get to the point where you can get through the fog wall, even if you're getting hit, though. So we ideally want those guys that are on the stairwell to come off the stairwell. It's really difficult to do it. Sometimes they come off the stairwell, sometimes they just don't. I don't know what the rhyme or reason for it is. I mean, I could kill all these guys. It would just take so long that I don't really think that's such a good idea. So we're just going to do this for a little while. And then hopefully I'll get this boss done first attempt, although, I mean, with the way I've been playing in this episode, I mean, there's no promises when it comes to that. Absolutely not. So yeah, this is what you have to do. Like, if you're speedrunning this game or something, you don't have time to kill them all, this is what you do. And no, it's not very fun, it's not very entertaining, but we're just trying to get those 2 spear guys on top of the stairs to get off of the top of the stairs. And this is why this is like everyone's least favorite fog wall in game by far. It sucks. Come on, just get off the stairs, dudes. I'm hoping they just lunge and fall off the stairs. I've seen it happen a lot. Okay, there's only one on top of the stairs. Maybe. 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 Yes, we got through. Okay. So first things first, apply the golden vine resin, and then we get to fight Velstadt. Can't believe that hit me. Whatever. Okay, so this boss fight, I'm bad at this boss fight, so just keep that in mind. I will probably get hit a lot, and I will probably be like a disappointment to you all, so. But this, yeah, my weapon here does a lot of damage. Look at that, like 475 damage. I have like 44 levels in Dex at the moment, which is a lot, which is quite a bit. So yeah, I just get to go to town on this guy, and also the counterattack damage is real. I've talked about counterattack damage before, but roughly what that is when an enemy is taking swings at you, if you hit him during the swing, or while he's like recovering from the swing, you do a lot of like bonus damage to him. I forgot to equip the old Leah ring, which is a ring that helps out with that, but any sort of like thrusting weapon. So far this fight is going really well. I keep like talking about how I suck at this boss fight, really, but I guess we're doing okay so far today. I'm dodge rolling pretty well. Like, his attacks aren't difficult to dodge roll, but you have to like know the pattern again to do okay at that. I just completely failed on that attack. I am keeping my shield up just in case. An Estus here. Oh my goodness. That was bad. That was really bad. And he does like a lot of damage with his attacks, so you just gotta keep careful, because if you get hit with a 2-hit combo, you're probably toast. And we're doing a lot less damage with... Okay, he will start to buff himself now. I'm gonna try to apply lightning pine resin again, or it's called gold pine resin, I know. It's not lightning pine resin. Oh, that hurt. I was not expecting to, like, pick up his animation and swing so quickly there. We'll get a stab in, and we're doing a lot less damage now. Even with the gold pine resin active, we're not doing a whole lot. There we go. This fight's going pretty well so far, but, I mean, there's still time for it to all, like... Oh, I forgot about the 3-hit combo. That's so bad. Okay, we need to heal up. There we go. Dodge out of the way of that. Say it. Okay, so just don't choke here and, like, completely fail in this fight is our main goal here. So he does have, like, dark magic, and hopefully he'll eventually do his dark magic attack at some point because it's an easy way to get a couple hits in. Oh no, the 3 hits. I'm so used to, okay, his first phase he always does 2. So I'm just like not used to him doing 3 hits at all. There we go. Dodge that one. Get stabbed, son. This fight, okay, starting to go a little bit more poorly now. He'll swing, he'll miss, he'll get owned by me. I'm gonna Estus just to be careful here. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was going to swing again, which he did. I didn't take advantage of an opportunity to swing myself, though. So you can bring the summon in this fight, but like the summon is just really bad. He dies fast, and also the summon makes the boss take twice as long to kill. So I really just like would not recommend using the summon for this fight. I did a horrible job at dodging there. The summon just makes the fight harder, honestly. So like normally summons are there to make the boss fight easier for you to beat, but not in the case of Velstadt. So, okay, he does his dark magic attack now, so what you want to do is run behind him, and you can get some easy hits off. So I got 3 hits in there, which normally, and that might be a little bit risky, honestly, you know, going for 3 swings, and you can see that I'm playing a little bit conservatively here. I don't know his attack patterns that well, so I'm just like making sure we're dodging stuff. Oh, that's weird. I've never seen that, like, weird grab attack before. So I just took those on my shield. I'll back off, wait for my stamina to recharge. Alright, man. Come at me. I'm ready. Maybe. Okay. We're good. That wasn't, like, one of those 3-hit combos. Otherwise, we'd be in a lot of pain. So, I mean, as long as we just don't fudge everything up here, we should be able to get this fight done first attempt, which would be amazing. Which I don't think I've done with like a melee-based character before. So again, just run behind him with his dark magic attack and stab him in the back, and he's dead. Yes. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about how that fight went. Definitely not the smoothest fight of all time. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, run away from these guys. That was the wrong way. They're just like all out there, just waiting to gang attack you the second that you are done with the fight, which is kind of a scam. So this guy looks very intimidating, but he's not really that bad. He is a boss that you can fight. He's kind of a difficult one, but you need giant souls to do damage to him, and I currently have 0 giant souls. You can get them by killing giants, obviously. Ideally, you'd want like 4 or 5 giant souls. I think 5 is the maximum damage to him, but that's how many giant souls you'd want to fight that boss. I have 0, so if I attacked him, I wouldn't even do any damage to him. Okay, so we'll talk to the lady, the Emerald Herald, who is like the main story in this game. And since I don't want to, those guys like sitting down. I swear I saw one of those knights like just sit down, like pop a squat and just chill out, but maybe not. But we're gonna use a homeward bone to get back to the last bonfire, just because it makes things easier. And yeah, this way we'll head back to Majula and we'll level up a little bit. I don't know how much I need to level up. I mean, I'm just putting all my points into Dex at this point in the game. I might want to put some into like Vitality or something as well. I don't know. We're doing okay though. So that Velstadt fight went well. The key to the method that I'm using here, very good weapon for counterattack damage, and since Velstadt takes so long to recover from his swings, counterattack damage is super effective against him. So you can use a Soul of Velstadt. I believe it makes the same weapon that he uses, like that giant bell weapon thing. It's not that great, though, especially because we have all our points into dex. We need to use weapons that scale with dexterity. So I'll level up a few times here. Endurance might be nice, honestly, getting up to... Oh, that's 5 levels, though. We're going to get up to 35 health. How about that? There we go. I was mainly thinking just health or dex. Those are really the only 2 things we need right now, and nothing else. If you're really, really good at this game, just like put everything in dex, honestly. That's all you need. We're also going to talk to her and reinforce our pyromancy flame. And we can reinforce it twice because we have 2 fire seeds, and I had like the perfect amount of souls for that too. So we're up to +6 pyromancy. It still doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's fairly cheap, like compared to how much it costs to level up the levels, like stats, compared to how much it costs to level up the pyromancy flame. So I might as well. Also, I'll check what it costs to upgrade our black steel katana. Although I may just like use the key to the embedded from now on. We don't have the souls to do it, obviously, but how much does it cost in terms of titanite? 3 titanite chunks, and we have 2, so we can't even upgrade it. You cannot, I believe you cannot reinforce the, yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere. You can't reinforce the, man, why am I blanking out on it? The key to the embedded at all. The weapon is, like, amazing, but you can't make it any better. So, no, we'll probably go back to the black steel katana for, like, the next bosses, but anyway, this might be a somewhat shorter episode by a few minutes, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm really happy with how the Velstadt fight went. And then I didn't have to do it again. I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.